Now, as I'm sitting and thinking, contemplating, now recording, sharing, something is stirring, and this something is none other than sexual energy, and it yearns to share. Share what exactly? Well, anybody who's been following this channel knows that I am indefinitely committed to celibacy, but this is not about me. I simply want to share what this practice has done for me, verbally, and of course energetically. Now, as I'm sitting in what we can label meditation, I was thinking about how at the core of nearly all human endeavors lies the subconscious desire of successful procreation. And of course, this doesn't really apply to a man who's practicing semen retention, because he's made this subconscious desire, this instinctive, for a lot of us, compulsive desire, he's shed conscious awareness upon that. And thus, it is no longer a subconscious desire that is driving him, because he consciously controls that sexual energy. And the practice of semen retention is not just the practice of modern society. It's an ancient concept. It's an ancient practice. Both spiritual and secular practitioners have been aware of this powerful practice and its transformative, incredible potential for millennia, for centuries, throughout all of history. Both Taoist and Tantric texts recognize the significance of abstinence. All religions. We don't want to get hung up on certain words and labels, and that's common sense. We want to read between the lines and see the connections between them. Not get hung up and put a box around ourselves, an intellectual pigeonhole that limits us in perceiving essence, in perceiving the connectedness between seemingly separate sex. Sext, S-E-C-T-S, not S-E-X. Words only have meaning in context, right? So, in the context of this video, what inspires this is semen retention, because this energy seeks to express itself. And when consciously recognized within oneself and controlled, this energy can be channeled towards unparalleled success. Not just personal or even professional, creative success, but also spiritual success, spiritual attainment, enlightenment, full enlightenment, which is the ultimate goal, which is like a magnet, as I've said in another video, that is pulling us towards it. No one's driving, and no personal me, no personal identity. Alex isn't driving it, forcing it, willing it, but the magnet is what's allowing the process to unfold harmoniously, as this one consciously sublimates his sexual energy by harmonious activity. And so, to loop back, I use the word unparalleled success. Now, success is really subjective. It's one's idea of it. What does success mean to you? I can tell you what it means to me. Say, today, my goal. See, success is really a self-fulfillment of a self-goal. If my goal is to wake up, do a breathing exercise, meditate, then go on a run or a hike, or whatever it is, and come back, meditate some more until sundown, and then have dinner / breakfast, because it's really breaking the fast because I haven't eaten all day, right? A lot of people are practicing this right now as I record this. It's Ramadan, so part of that practice, and this year it coincides with Lent. So part of that practice, Ramadan, is the whole month, is to not eat all day and eat breakfast, your first meal of the day, at sunset. So if my goal today was to do all those things I listed and then eat breakfast at sunset, and I did it, accomplished it, then I'm a success. That's real success. I don't need any public recognition. I don't need the world to acknowledge it, because I subjectively recognize it. I'm a success today. The only day. The day that the Lord has made. So I say this because what is success? It's really for you to decide, you to define. Don't let anybody else tell you. Let me say, hey, success is within these parameters, and anything outside of that isn't success. Because it's for you to express. It's for you to acknowledge within yourself. You don't need anybody else. One may say success is happiness, eternal happiness. And this is found none other than within oneself, by turning attention back onto its source. And that source is ever within. And with freed up energy from celibacy, it allows you to turn more energy, attention, back onto its source. And thus realize eternal bliss, which is none other than a purified, unified consciousness. Though an overly analytical, intellectual mind may be skeptical, may analyze, may try to dissect and pick apart truth, it's missing the point. Because truth can't be proven, at least via measurements and all sorts of outward nonsense. Think of space, how far we've been able to penetrate. Can only go so far, even with so-called profound modern technology. But really, the truth is realized subjectively, inwardly. Because there's no limit, no depths to which we can relish the inward journey subjectively. We can only go so far into space outwardly, out there. But in here, there's no limit. It's limitless, boundless, timeless. It's not limited to distance or even space. And it's fathomless, beyond all concepts. But at the same time, within the concepts, the energetic truths of which they're expressed in terms of essence, simultaneously manifest as appearance, but doesn't identify with this, with the flesh, but with the source, with the intelligence, which is infinite, no limit. And so the life breath, bring awareness to that which is keeping us in this flesh. In the Bible, for example, it says two things that keep man in a body, keep man on this earth, is bread, food, and breath, the life breath. But that space, the silence between the in and out breath, there's an infinite stillness and silence, which itself is bliss, because it's limitless and eternal. It's before all beginnings and endings. And so semen retention will allow you to elevate your vibration and thus frequency as you embody a higher degree of energy, spiritual energy. You can consciously transmute, transform, supplement this energy into something that benefits all of us, all of humanity. That is success. At least that's my idea of it. What is your idea of it? That's what inspired this, the concept of success. What does it mean to you? Is success is merely monetary, financial? What happens when you attain that goal? Say you want $1 million. What happens when that's attained? What happens when the novelty of that wears off? Temporary, right? But if you derive your meaning from something that is eternal, and there's no end to it, the novelty never wears off. Because it's not temporary. Because you derive your meaning, your idea of success from uplifting others, to which there's no end. That can never end. But if your idea of success is selfish, there's also no end to that. But it's a different experience of eternity. It's a difference between outer seekingness constantly, like in the last title, last video, rat race, an endless cycle, in a perpetual outward search for happiness or success, as if it was founded anywhere other than right here, where you are right now. It's founded in your completion, your being. Through which, naturally, all outward success manifests. And it's effortless when you're grounded in your beingness. When you realize your eternal essence. Your bliss, your transcendence. God bless. See you in the next.